factors which are important in regulation of habitat.
Temperature, water,
Temperature, water, yes, light, and the last one was
soil.
yes. So it is temperature, water, light, and soil. So these are the four important factors which are which we have learned yesterday. We can say वो affect करेंगे a particular habitat. Yes. तो प्रियंका, हर्ष, आर्यन यह करें. So अभी हम लोग देखेंगे कि as we have seen कि okay ये जो habitat है ये affect हो जाता है because of the abiotic factors in a some other way. So it can, but then there are multiple other things which can get affected because of these factors. And जैसे अगर कोई चेंज हो रहा है, टेम्परेचर चेंज हो रहा है, लेट्स से अ पर्टिकुलर हैबिटेट जहाँ पे पहले एक नॉर्मल टेम्परेचर होता था, बट नाउ फॉर सम अदर रीजन द टेम्परेचर सडनली हैज इंक्रीज, ओके, एंड इट इज नॉट दैट फेवरेबल फॉर अ पर्टिकुलर ऑर्गेनिज्म जो वहाँ पे पहले रहते थे. मतलब जैसे कि मुझे उठा के अभी यहाँ से उठा के मुझे फटाक से अगर राजस्थान में डाल दिया विदाउट एनी लाइक एक्सरसाइज, लाइक विदाउट एनी प्रिपरेशन फ्रॉम माय साइड कि मैं अपने मेंटली एंड फिजिकली प्रिपेयर्ड हूँ टू स्टे इन राजस्थान, so I will definitely suffer from some problems, right? Because I am not used to the heat or the temperature which is there in Rajasthan, right? I am a normal temperature person जो मुंबई में रहता है, and it is like कि हम लोग ये टेम्परेचर से ज़्यादा कंफर्टेबल होते हैं. So same thing also happens with all other animals as well. कभी कभी कैसे होता है some temperature some abatic factors change. So let's say फटाफट मतलब उनका टेम्परेचर चेंज हो गया या फिर वाटर का लेवल कम हो गया या फिर ज़्यादा हो गया. So these are all the some changes which are happening in a particular ecosystem. Okay. So with these changes, these plants and animals जो यहाँ पे रहते हैं, they have to also adapt some changes. So, उनको भी अपने आप में कुछ ना कुछ changes करने पड़ेंगे, उनको अपने आप को prepare करना पड़ेगा, so that they will be able to survive and flourish in this particular habitat, right? Because वो ऐसे ही छोड़ के तो नहीं जा सकते, like sometimes they do, they migrate अगर उनको अपना conditions नहीं मिला तो. So now we will see exactly how these organisms adapt these changes. वो लोग क्या क्या कर सकते हैं to make sure that कि वो लोग का proper survival होगा in this particular conditions, right? So we all know there are now, like even if we take the any example of the mammals, तो हम लोग का body temperature is fixed. Can anyone tell me what is the body temperature for normal human beings?
37 degrees Celsius.
Yes, it is 37 degrees Celsius. So अपना normal body temperature is 37 degrees Celsius. And what is the pH? Taking in consideration blood?
7.4.
Yeah, 7.4. That is right. And what is the pH of the stomach?
2.
Yeah, it is 2 to 3. So basically, stomach is having acidic conditions. Yeah. So yeah. So we are going good, right? So yeah. Now let us take example of temperature. तो we all are having this ability कि हम लोग का टेम्परेचर मतलब ऐसा नहीं है कि अभी मैं राजस्थान में गया तो मेरा टेम्परेचर 37 से 47 हो गया, या फिर मैं कश्मीर में गया तो मेरा टेम्परेचर 37 से 27 हो गया. नॉट लाइक दैट, राइट? इट इज कांस्टेंट. व्हाई कांस्टेंट? बिकॉज ऑल द बायोकेमिकल रिएक्शंस और द फिजियोलॉजिकल फंक्शंस जो मेरे बॉडी में हो रहे हैं विच आर एक्चुअली catalyzed by different enzymes which are proteins can work only at this particular temperature. So 37 degrees Celsius is actually an optimum temperature required for most of the biological activities, and that's why it has to be constant. So no matter मैं राजस्थान जा रहा हूँ, मैं कश्मीर जा रहा हूँ या मैं और कहीं जा रहा हूँ, my body should function properly. Yeah, the external properties like okay the sweating pattern may change. Okay, अगर मैं राजस्थान में हूँ तो I may sweat more, मैं कश्मीर में हूँ तो I will not sweat more. Like that things are okay, but then this typical biological activity are important. मैंने अगर कुछ खाना खाया है तो ग्लाइकोलिसिस होना इज इम्पोर्टेंट. अगर ग्लाइकोलिसिस नहीं हो रहा है तो आगे का पूरा फंक्शन इज लाइक स्क्रैप. बिकॉज ग्लाइकोलिसिस में क्या होता है, वी आर एक्चुअली कन्वर्टिंग द एनर्जी फ्रॉम ग्लूकोज like we are taking the energy from glucose, तो हम लोग ग्लूकोज को ब्रेक डाउन करके पायरुवेट, देन ब्रेक साइकिल, देन ETS, all this if you just imagine or just try to recollect the cycles जो तुम लोग ने पहले पढ़े होंगे definitely. So all these cycles or the pathways are actually catalyzed by different enzymes. So even a small change in the temperature, like obviously there is an optimum range. It's not like 37 से 37 से थोड़ा भी कम ज़्यादा हो गया तो the body will fail. No, not like that. There is a range obviously. 37 is optimum, but उसके थोड़ा कम उससे ज़्यादा चलता है under some conditions. Okay, we will not go in that detail. But there should not be a major difference basically, because if there is a major difference in the temperature, the enzymes will not function properly, and that will be a problem. But then there are some animals, or we can say some organisms, which have adapted this particular ability to maintain the internal environment constant. Okay, and this is called as homeostasis. So no matter what are the external variations or what are the environmental conditions externally, the internal body functions will happen at a constant conditions. Okay, so this temperature, pH, even the osmotic concentrations and all will not change. But yes, there are some organisms which have this ability to change the internal environment with respect to the changes happening in the external environment. Okay, so now we will see. So actually all these are kind of adaptation. तो अगर चेंज करना है, इवन दैट इज अ काइंड ऑफ एडेप्टेशन. चेंज नहीं करना है, स्टिल सर्वाइव करना, दैट इज आल्सो अ काइंड ऑफ एडेप्टेशन. सो नाउ वी विल सी, in order to survive or flourish in a particular habitat जहाँ पे these environmental conditions are changing, what are all the possibilities of the adaptations these organisms can do. वो लोग क्या क्या ऐसे changes अपने आप में करवा सकते हैं so that they will be able to survive. Okay, I hope यहाँ तक सबको समझ में आ रहा है what I am trying to convey. At any point if you are not able to understand, let me know. Okay, don't hesitate. So now there are mainly 4 possibilities we can
हेलो
say.
सर.
हाँ बोलो
सर वो इंटरनल इन्वायरमेंट.
सॉरी तुम्हारा आवाज ब्रेक हो गया है सर. वो इंटरनल एनवायरनमेंट के बाद में कुछ सुनाई नहीं दिया.
हाँ सर, वही वो इंटरनल इन्वायरमेंट क्या है वो?
इंटरनल एनवायरनमेंट इज लाइक तुम्हारा बॉडी का टेम्परेचर, पीएच एंड डिफरेंट प्रॉपर्टीज. बेसिकली टेम्परेचर एंड पीएच आर इम्पोर्टेंट वन. तो इवन दो तुम बाहर, मतलब अभी बाहर का टेम्परेचर कितना होगा, लेट्स से एट दिस टाइम लेट्स से 30 डिग्री सेल्सियस होगा, राइट, टेम्परेचर यहाँ का. बट इनसाइड माय बॉडी द टेम्परेचर विल बी 37 डिग्री सेल्सियस ओनली. ओके, तो दैट इज द इंटरनल एनवायरनमेंट. तो हमारे बॉडी को प्रॉपरली फंक्शन करने के लिए सम प्रॉपर कंडीशंस आर रिक्वायर्ड इन अ ऑर्डर ऑफ, लाइक यू कैन से पीएच चाहिए, प्रॉपर टेम्परेचर चाहिए, सम प्रोटीन्स चाहिए जो फंक्शन होने चाहिए, और ये सब होगा अंडर ओनली प्रॉपर कंडीशन. एंड ये जो कंडीशन मेंटेन किए जाते हैं इनसाइड द बॉडी सो दैट द बॉडी कैन फंक्शन प्रॉपरली एट एनी कंडीशन, नो मैटर कि बाहर का टेम्परेचर 10 डिग्री है या 100 डिग्री सेल्सियस है. जो वे बॉडी इज बिहेविंग इंटरनली उसको हम लोग बोलते हैं इंटरनल कंडीशन और इंटरनल एनवायरनमेंट ऑफ अ बॉडी. ओके,
यस सर.
या सो कि क्या क्या तरीके से ये लोग अपना एडेप्टेशन करवा सकते हैं. सो देयर आर 4 पॉसिबिलिटीज. दे कैन either regulate their internal conditions, they can conform, that is they can change basically, they can migrate, and they can go under dormancy. Okay, so now one by one we will see each of them. So regulate, what do I mean by regulate? So there are these organisms which has this ability that they can control their physiological and behavioral, like they can control their body temperature by some physiological and behavioral changes. So what do I mean by physiological changes? Okay, उनका body का like internally some changes are happening, like they are having some kind of modification in their body itself. So let's say plants में, so there are some plants जिनका cuticle are very thick. I hope you all know what is cuticle. पता है सबको cuticle क्या होता है? It is a kind of covering on a leaf, the thick covering रहता है. In some plants, it is very thick. In some plants, it's very thin. So if you go towards the high temperature region like Rajasthan, यहाँ के जो plants रहते हैं, उनका cuticle is quite thick. Why? Because if the cuticle is thick, ये transpiration allow नहीं करेगा. What is transpiration? Transpiration is the evaporation of water from the aerial parts of the plant. तो अगर प्लांट को पानी like in desert areas, the plants need to store the water because heat ज़्यादा होता है. तो if they do not do any adaptation in their physiological structure, all the water जो भी plant में रहेगा that will be evaporate by the mean of transpiration, and that should not happen, and that's why this particular animals plants have this thick layer of cuticle. तो ये होगा एक context of plant. अगर हम लोग another example लेंगे in terms of animals, so even there are some I don't know उसका अभी मेरे को kind of rodents like animals, so it is like mouse like animals रहते हैं in desert only. Okay, so ना इनका जो snout रहता है, what is snout now? Snout is like a pointing, उनका मुंह is like pointed. कितने लोगों को like this is maybe very vague example, I don't know how many of you know. So you must have heard the word chicundri. Basically it's a type of one of the species of mouse only. So there is a rat, there is a mouse, and there is this typical species जहाँ पे इसका mouth is very pointed. So this is called as pointed mouth, is actually called as snout. So what I want to convey here, so there are these animals in desert areas which are basically rodents, मतलब जो rat and mouse की family में belong करते हैं उनको rodents बोलते हैं. So these particular animals are actually having pointed snout. तो इसका फायदा क्या हो जाता है उन लोग को कि they can ना मतलब वो ऐसे सैंड में नीचे खड्डा करके उसके नीचे जाके बैठ सकते हैं, so that they can protect themselves from the heat, because obviously below the sand थोड़ा distance पे temperature is not that high जितना वो on surface रहेगा. So this is one kind of adaptation these animals have taken. So this is called as physiological adaptation. Okay, now what do I mean by behavior changes? So what these animals actually do, so if they feel कि बहुत ज़्यादा ठंडी हो रहा है, they can go and sit in a like sit under the sun, so उन लोग को direct sunlight मिल जाएगा. And the moment they feel कि उनका temperature is increasing, they can go back to the shaded area and they can stay there. So this is they are doing it by themselves to maintain their condition. वो खुद से वो कर रहे हैं. That is their behavior. मुझे अभी गर्मी हो रहा है, मुझे अभी जाके बाहर शेड में बैठना है, मुझे अभी ठंडे लग रहा है, मुझे अभी गर्मी में बैठना है. So this is something called as behavioral changes. Okay. So some organisms can do all these kind of changes in order to maintain their body temperature or body condition. Okay, and there are other conditions like osmotic concentration and all. So these animals are called as regulators because they can regulate this condition. They will not allow the internal environment to change with respect to the whatever the external conditions are. So they will maintain it as a constant condition. Okay. So all the birds and mammals are capable of such regulation, which is called as thermoregulation and osmoregulation. Okay. I don't know how many of you have checked the terms like the poikilothermic and the homeothermic and all. So warm blooded and cold blooded. So those all terms come under this picture. Okay. Now ये हो गया about the organisms जो खुद का टेम्परेचर मेंटेन कर सकते हैं by some or other way. Okay, maybe it can be physiological or it can be a behavior, right? But there are some organisms which do not have this ability, so they cannot maintain a constant internal environment. So what happens, their body temperature changes with the external conditions. So or even if that body temperature is one example, but then the other example, if you take other condition or the parameter we can say. So if a osmotic concentration changes outside the body, it will affect the internal osmotic concentration as well. This is mostly observed in case of fishes. Okay, so Pisces. So if you read about the Pisces in detail, you will get this idea. Okay, so ये जो ऐसे animals है या फिर ऐसे plants है या फिर ऐसे organisms है which are not able to maintain their internal environment, but they have to change the conditions as per the need, are called as conformers. okay, because they have to change their form for some other reasons, and that's why they are called as conformers, okay. But there are some animals, or we can say organisms, which includes both animals and plants, which are having ability to regulate their internal condition up to certain limit. मतलब okay, they will try their best to उनका internal condition change ना हो, but obviously there has to be some kind of threshold ना, मतलब they will try their best, but when the condition is not under control, they have to conform. Okay, so beyond a particular limit, they will not able to control or maintain their internal conditions, and then they will simply conform. So they will change their conditions as per the need. Okay. So these are the two important cases. Either they can regulate or they can conform. Okay. Now there are other conditions or other things which are possible. So if there is some, let's say, temporary stressful conditions. So the one example we can say कि forest fire हो चुका है, and now there is no food, no proper safe place to stay. So these animals, what they can do, they can migrate, right? They have to migrate because they have to reach a particular place जहाँ पे they will feel safe and there will be no issues of food or place to stay at all. Okay, so this comes under the term migrate. यहाँ पे क्या होता है, the organisms can move away temporarily from the stressful habitat to a more hospitable, मतलब more favorable condition जहाँ पे रहेगा वैसे area में, and then whenever the period is over, they can return. So this is commonly seen in case of animals like birds, and even you must have heard about the tortoise. जो देख I don't know the time, अभी I think अभी ही आते हैं वो लोग. So this Assam, Odisha का that sea shore पे there are millions of tortoise आ जाते हैं, and then they lakes over there, and then वापस चले जाते हैं. That is something happens because these animals migrate. Even the birds like the flamingo and all जो आ जाते हैं इंडिया में during some period. So this is also because of the they want to change their condition, they want to favorable conditions, and that's why they migrate. Okay, so this is an example of a migration, and these animals actually migrate like millions of distance. It's not like it's a short distance. They're like from very long they can travel and they can come. Okay, so this is called as migration. Now the last possibility which is possible, we can say, which is very commonly seen in case of seed, to suspend the activity. So we, the human beings, or we, the animals, generally don't have the direct ability to suspend our activity. Yes, there are some lower animals and some mammals which do have such ability, but we won't say कि वो completely suspended form of activity रहता है. It is something happening at a lower rate. तो वो क्या और कैसे, now I will explain it. Okay, so what is dormancy? I think in the last lecture I have explained dormancy, like when we are studying about the plant water relation. So what is dormancy? In this case, what happens? The seeds are actually metabolically inactive. So what you like, you अभी तो सबके घर में वही होगा, like your mom will prefer to get pulses and all, फिर उनको घर में आके भिगाना, and then उनको throw the sprouts and then we eat them. That सूखा हुआ जो रहते हैं pulses, all things, they are actually in a dormant state. Or any seed you can take, any seed you can take. The seed will, even if you keep the seed ऐसे ही सूखा for years, nothing will happen. The moment you put it back into the soil and water, the seed will start germinating. Right? Why? Because it will get the favorable conditions back. And that's what we say the difference between the dormancy and a proper developmental stages. So these are actually the stages where the cells are not metabolically active, and they, or we can say they have a reduced metabolic rate, so they will not be having a very high level of metabolism. तो बाकी सब जो उनका रहता है क्रेब साइकिल वो सब नहीं होगा अभी. They will all be get reduced, or they will happen at very reduced state. जितना चाहिए उतना ही होगा, and they will store their energy. And this particular state is called as dormancy. Okay, this is very commonly seen in a plants generally जो stress में रहते हैं, so they generally prefer a dormant stage. उनके seeds typically go in a dormant stage. Okay, but as I mentioned, कुछ plant and कुछ animals भी है जो दिखाते हैं. So a very good example is like if some animals, so like birds and tortoise, like animals are okay. Birds can fly and go, tortoise can swim and come. But there are few animals जिनके पास ये ability नहीं है, like they cannot migrate for a longer distance, right? मतलब उनका लाइफ ही पूरा उसमें निकल जाएगा काइंड ऑफ थिंग हो सकता है. सो दे लाइक व्हाटएवर देयर बॉडी साइज, देयर बॉडी वेट, देयर फिजिकल परफॉर्मेंस ऑल मैटर्स. लाइक वन कैनॉट जस्ट माइग्रेट कि मेरे दिल में आज आ गया कि मुझे कश्मीर जाना है एंड आई एम टेकिंग द साइकिल, आई एम गोइंग. नो, नॉट इट्स नॉट पॉसिबल, राइट? There are some conditions even in animals which are not feasible. So there are some animals which are not able to migrate, and that's why they have to find some alternative to stay under this stressful condition. So it includes two main types, that is the hibernation and estivation. Okay, so hibernation is something that happens during the winter. So ये क्या होता है, ये जो animals होते हैं, they undergo टिपिकल स्टेट जहाँ पे उनका मेटाबॉलिक इज वेरी रेड्यूस, लाइक उनका मेटाबॉलिक एक्टिविटी इज नॉट दैट हाई. दे कीप ऑन स्लीपिंग फॉर लाइक डेज एंड वीक्स एंड ऑल. सिर्फ थोड़ा बहुत दे ईट एंड दे ट्राई टू स्टोर द एनर्जी एंड दे ट्राई टू प्रिवेंट देमसेल्फ और प्रोटेक्ट देमसेल्फ फ्रॉम द एक्सटर्नल एडवर्स कंडीशन, एंड दिस इज कॉल्ड एज हाइबरनेशन. तो जब भी ये लोग ऐसे डॉर्मेंट और सस्पेंडेड फॉर्म में जाते हैं, लाइक स्टेट में जाते हैं, it is in case of winter जब ये होता है, it is called as hibernation. So it is observed in case of polar bears because in winter there is a very strong, or we can say there polar bears, like in winter वहाँ पे बहुत ज़्यादा बर्फ गिरती है. So even though these animals are having kind of modification and adaptation, कि उनका body का skin is very thick, उनको hairy appearance रहता है and all, but still that is not enough for them and they have to go under this hibernation. And जब वो ऐसे स्टेट में जाते हैं during the time of summer, because they want to avoid summer heat, it is called as estivation. So it is mainly observed in case of snails, fishes, and even the frogs and all. They will they undergo estivation because उनको अपने आप को बचाना होता है from this summer heat. Okay, so this is all is under the term suspension or the dormancy. So I hope you all understood what I explained right now about the four possibilities by which the animals or the plants can adapt to a new environment. It includes they can regulate, they can conform, they can migrate, or they can suspend their metabolic activity. Okay, is it clear? Is it clear?
एक बार ये बताइए ना फिर से कन्फर्म का.
Yeah,
कन्फर्म का.
yeah, confirm. You are confirmers. Okay. So जैसे कि मैंने बोला कि there are few animals जो अपना internal temperature और internal condition, temporary just example, all internal conditions they can maintain, मतलब वो constant रहेगा throughout the life, and because of which उनका अंदर का enzymes अच्छे से काम करेगा and all. Okay, so they will be happy. But then there are some animals जिनका physiology ऐसे होता है कि they cannot change the they cannot maintain the internal environment. तो जैसे कि मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि ओके, अगर मुझे एग्जांपल देना है अबाउट ह्यूमन बीइंग्स एंड लेट्स टेक द फिश. ओके, तो ह्यूमन बीइंग्स का टेम्परेचर विल बी 37 डिग्री सेल्सियस अंडर ऑल द कंडीशन. बट जो फिश रहते हैं लाइक द पाइसेस जो रहता है क्लास पाइसेस, सुपर क्लास पाइसेस और वी कैन से, इनमें क्या होता है, द फिशेस कैनॉट मेंटेन द इंटरनल एनवायरनमेंट. तो अगर उन्होंने वो लोग ज़्यादा लो टेम्परेचर में गए तो दैट विल अफेक्ट द इंटरनल कंडीशंस. अगर वो लोग ऐसे एरिया में गए पानी के जहाँ पे बहुत ज़्यादा सॉल्ट कॉन्सेंट्रेशन है, इवन दैट विल अफेक्ट द इंटरनल फिजियोलॉजी. इट मीन्स उनका जो इंटरनल एनवायरनमेंट है दैट इज एक्चुअली गेटिंग चेंज बिकॉज ऑफ द एक्सटर्नल कंडीशंस. So it is not constant, and that's why they are called as conformers, because they cannot maintain their internal environment. So the major difference, if I want to tell you like one sentence में मुझे बोलना है, तो what I will say कि regulators में और regulation में क्या होता है कि they can maintain their internal body environment. Conformers cannot maintain their internal body environment. Okay, so that is a major difference. Okay, any like is it sufficient or still you're having doubt?
सर अभी भी डाउट है, तो सर वो लोगों ने फिर किया क्या, मतलब जैसे रेगुलेट करते और फिर वो जैसे आपने इसके बाद बताया माइग्रेट और ये सस्पेंड वाला वो समझा, पर फिर ये लोग कन्फर्म में करते क्या है?
Yeah, so देखो they are all these are basically lower organisms. Okay, so nature ने उनको वो एक ability नहीं दिया है कि they cannot maintain the internal condition, but they are having some other kind of modifications in their body which actually help them to maintain. Okay, so they can actually maintain their conditions like what I say by the word maintain, they can tolerate. So even if they are changing their temperature, they are having some kind of modifications or some kind of enzymes or some kind of proteins or some kind of body functioning happening at that time, जिसकी वजह से वो लोग मरेंगे नहीं. They will manage to survive even in this condition because उनके पास वैसे enzymes भी रहेंगे. So even if the temperature is quite low, they can manage to survive. Enzymes will be still functional. Okay, even if they are like going at some high concentration of salt, they will be having some kind of enzyme or some kind of cellular machinery that will help them to survive. Okay, so अगर मुझे एक example देना है तुम लोग को, तो okay, tell me, मतलब अगर अभी हम लोग जो फिशेस खाते हैं, मतलब जस्ट फॉरगेट अबाउट खाते हैं, हम लोग जो फिशेस देखते हैं जो यहाँ पे रहते हैं लाइक इवन इन सीज और लेक्स और इवन द सी. ओके, बट देन तो यहाँ पे इट्स ओके, कंडीशंस आर क्वाइट ओके एंड ऑल, आई एम ओके. बट जो फिश यहाँ पे रहते हैं लाइक इन पोलर रीजन्स जहाँ पे इतनी ठंड रहती है एंड इवन द वाटर इज नॉट दैट, बोलते ना मतलब वो पानी भी पूरा फ्रीज हो जाता है. हाउ कैन दे मैनेज टू सर्वाइव ओवर देयर? टेल मी व्हाट डू यू थिंक कि कैसे उन लोग का होता रहेगा? हाउ कैन दे मैनेज टू सर्वाइव इन सच कंडीशन? बिकॉज पानी तो फ्रीज हो जाता है.
तो फिर वो लोग भी वैसे बन जाते रहे.
नहीं वैसे नहीं होता है. सो व्हाट हैपेंस, तो जब भी ये फ्रीजिंग ऑफ वाटर होता है, द फ्रीजिंग ऑफ वाटर मेनली हैपेंस एट द सरफेस. पूरा इन डेप्थ जाके फ्रीजिंग नहीं हो जाता है मोस्टली इन मोस्ट ऑफ द केसेस. बट ना एक चेंज इज अ कॉमन कि पानी का जो टेम्परेचर होता है दैट इज वेरी लो नाउ, which is actually not that favorable for this particular animals. So in के genomes में there are certain genes which are called as anti-freezing genes. Okay, anti-freezing मतलब which will not let the things freeze. ऐसे genes होते हैं which are making certain kind of proteins which will not allow the fishes to get affected very harshly by this external very low temperature. So they are having some kind of mechanism in their body which is working so that they can survive at certain extreme conditions as well. Okay, अभी समझ रहा है?
हाँ सर समझा अभी.
तो मतलब उनको मेंटेन करने की जरूरत ही नहीं है. So they cannot maintain actually, but they are having some kind of body function. So what they cannot maintain? They cannot maintain the constant conditions. वो कॉन्स्टेंटली रख नहीं सकते. बट वॉट दे कैन डू इवन दो कंडीशंस आर चेंजिंग because of the external factors, they can manage by some or other way to survive. That is what they are having. That is what their ability is. Even though they are not able to control their internal environment, they can manage to survive with some kind of mechanism which are happening at the cellular level, we can see. Okay. So that is one kind of thing which is like observed kind of in case of conformers. Now, so if you are having any other doubt, you can ask, okay, or then we can move on. No, these all are now very common 1 mark question kind of things. So, मतलब they can ask you what is regulators, what is homeostasis, what is conformers, and also मतलब I know most of the times ये boring लगता है and we tend to ignore these things, but then I will suggest or advise you all to not to do so. मार्क करके रखो, read before your exams at least, but don't skip. या फिर मैं ऑप्शन में रख दूंगा या रख दूंगी काइंड ऑफ नेचर मत लेना. एटलीस्ट इन केस ऑफ ऑब्जेक्टिव्स फॉर लॉन्ग आंसर्स ऑब्वियसली यू विल बी हैविंग अदर ऑप्शंस, but in case of objectives you have to be very careful because ये chapter में बहुत small things are there which can be asked as an objective question. Okay, so with this now we will start the next part. So now we have seen okay, there are 4 possibilities. So now let's see what are the possibilities, like how they are using these possibilities to modify themselves, or we can say to adapt to the conditions. Okay, so in order to cope up with the extreme variations that are happening in the external environment, the organism respond to the physiological adjustment, and some can even respond to the migration. Okay, or like behavior changes which includes migration, or as I gave you one example कि वो लोग थोड़े टाइम के लिए सन में आके बैठेंगे, some time के लिए they can go in the shade area and all like that. Okay, so this kind of adaptations are called as behavioral adaptation. So this term adaptation can be broadly classified into 2 terms, that is physiological adjustment or adaptations and the behavioral adaptation. So now we can see how these particular things are happening, what kind of adaptations these animals are showing. Okay, so it can be a morphological, that is the external behaviors में उनके body features में हो सकता है. It can be physiological, that is internally they can change their body functioning and the body activities, or it can be behavioral, like जो उनको चाहिए वो ऐसा वो कर सकते हैं. That enables the organisms to survive and reproduce in a particular habitat. Okay, so now let's see what kind of adaptations has been observed till now. Okay, so I think this is the example already had given you. So they are talking about the thick cuticle in the plants which are growing in a desert area. So basically this cuticle protects them from the transpiration, like they will help to prevent the loss of water. Another kind of modification is like they actually have the stomata, which is actually involved in a process of transpiration, जहाँ पे stomata opening होता है, closing होता है, ना all that mechanism is happening. Okay, that's the stomata, उसका जो opening and closing रहता है, that pits are actually very minimized. Okay, so that they will be not allow a large amount of water to get transpirated, like that to get evaporated from the plant. So this is also a kind of modification observed in case of plants. Even they show a kind of reduced surface area of the leaves. So if you have seen in case of desert, maximum plants are actually having like thorn, like उनको कांटे वाले plants रहते हैं mostly, because the thorns actually help in a protection of the transpiration, because surface area reduced कर देते हैं. Even in case of other, these are examples which are in a case of desert. Even if you go at a like in area जहाँ पे बहुत ज़्यादा बर्फ वगैरह गिरता है, like the snowfalls are happening. If you see the plants, so the plants or the trees, let's say example, उनका shape, it will like typical, like they have a conical structure. Why so? Because even if the snow is falling on a tree, it should not get accumulated on a tree for a longer time. Why is it? नीचे बह के जाना चाहिए. That's why the structure of the tree is like the cone-like structures are there, like a Christmas tree, you can see. Okay, even that is a kind of adaptation we can say. In case of desert, again, if you go, then they follow a particular kind of metabolic pathways, which is called as CAMP pathway, that is the crassulacean acid metabolism. यहाँ पे क्या होता है? Maximum time the stomata is closed during the day because there is a high temperature, and it will open during the night time because there will be the temperature is quite low at the night time, and at that time they will do the function. So what will be basically carbon dioxide fixation का काम वो लोग नाइट में करते हैं. So I hope you have studied the CAMP pathway in your photosynthesis chapter relevant, so we will not discuss in detail, but this is a very common difference between the CAM and the other normal pathways कि CAM में दिन में स्टोमाटा बंद रहते हैं, रात में खुल जाते हैं. And as I mentioned, some plants like Opuntia, so the modified leaves कि उनके वो spines and thorns में convert कर देते हैं, so that there will be loss of the water and the surface area will be less. Okay. Then the other case of the other kind of examples, like in case of mammals, which actually grow from a colder environment. Okay. So they actually have a shorter snout. Snout, as I mentioned, a kind of mouth part, generally pointed at it. So in case of this animal, they don't need a longer and pointed kind of snout. Okay. So that's why these mammals which are present at the cold temperature are actually having a shorter snout, small ears, small tail, small limbs, so that they can minimize the body size basically. Okay, and so that they can prevent the so that they can minimize the exposure of body parts to the external environment, and there will be less loss of heat. And this law is called as Allen's law. So this is again an important thing for a new student as well. What is Allen's law? In a colder in climate conditions, the animals show presence of shorter snout, small ears, small tails, and small limbs to minimize the loss of heat from the body, and this is called as Allen's law. Okay. Another kind of modification in such animals is like in case of polar seals, these typical seals are present. I hope you all know the typical what is seal. Okay, these are the aquatic mammals basically. So unka body is actually shows the presence of a blubber. Now what is blubber? It is a layer of fat which is present just below their skin, which act as an insulator to reduce the body heat, because these animals have to maintain their temperature. Like Bharata temperature is so low, it is so cold that they can easily suffer from the problem. But what they do, they modify the insulator in some other way so that they cannot get affected by the they cannot get affected to a larger extent by the external conditions. There are multiple such examples or modifications you can say. These are just I am talking about in terms of desert conditions and climate conditions. Even some animals show a normal adaptation. So I think you must have studied it in the case of your kingdom plant animal only. So birds show hollow bones because they want to fly. Even in case of females, only left ovary and left oviduct is present so that they can lose the weight. They don't have urinary bladder. So even these all are the kind of modification. But why? I will not take up this modification under this term because यहाँ पे what modification I'm trying to explain. I'm trying to explain the modifications which are because of the abiotic factors. Okay, but even those modifications which are shown by the birds are something which are helping them to survive and flourish in a particular habitat. Okay, so I hope you remember this thing. Okay, so this all whatever I talked till now about the desert areas or the cold climate areas and the small snout and the Allen's law and all these are kind of physiological changes. Okay, but as we all know, the adaptation can be physiological or it can be behavioral, right? So in case of behavioral adaptation, which is shown by some animals, one of the example is like the desert lizard, which actually keep their temperature fairly constant. It's not exactly constant, but the fairly constant. How? So whenever they feel like they need heat, so they will go in the sun and they will absorb heat. Whenever they feel the body temperature is now drop, like it is comfortable, they will again move to the shaded area. So this is example I already have discussed with you all, and the example is a desert lizard. Okay, so this is the kind of example of behavioral adaptation. And even the second example, like that, as I mentioned, some animals even burrow themselves into the sand to hide and escape from the heat. So this already has been discussed with you all. With this, we are finished the topic of like what are the adaptations and how they manage to uh, maintain their conditions or survive or flourish in a particular condition, even though the habitat is getting affected by the abiotic factors. Okay. Now, okay. So I have till now कोई doubt नहीं है. If you are having any doubt, you can ask. Sorry. No. In the next lecture, I will take a revision. Okay. So you have to read up and come so that मुझे समझे कि तुम लोगों को कितना समझ रहे हैं. Okay. So now we will be starting the next topic of this chapter, which is a very important and थोड़ा बड़ा topic. That is about the population. So we will be doing like what is population, what are different components of population, what is the population pyramid or age pyramid, and all. And what are the characteristics of this population, how the population will interact with each other and all. So this is kind of a major part of this chapter, which we will be starting now. In today's lecture, definitely we will be not going in a much detailed part today. We will start it safely, but I want you to give a kind of brief about the what is the introduction part, like what is population of it. Okay. तो आई थिंक सब लोगों ने ऑब्जर्व किया रहेगा कि very rarely the animals are like isolated in a nature. They are not like single living. Like there are few which are like individually prefer करके रहना. But most of the animals are like they are having a kind of community. वो एक साथ रहते हैं. And these groups are actually called as population. So if I want to define population, what I can say, it is a group of the well-defined uh, so like it is a group of the organisms which are actually staying in a particular geographical area, and they can share or uh, compete for a particular resource like food, or they can fight for their habitat kind of thing, and they can even include in a potentially inbreeding process and form a population. So a group of population or we can say a group of organism जो particular area में रहते हैं and they share and compete with each other for different resources like food and space and habitat. It is called as population. They also show interbreeding. What is interbreeding? So it is a mating between uh, two closely related species, we can see. Okay, which is not a very common phenomenon. Obviously, intrabreeding is a very common thing. Inbreeding is not that common thing, but yeah, it is possible, and that's what basically a population means. Okay, now there are many such characters and whatever we can say, many some properties, जो generally हम लोग study करते हैं in a terms of individual. So we can say individual is actually a basic unit of a population. Okay, population is a major part or a major group, and many individuals can come together and form a population. So there are many changes or many properties or many things which actually happens at the individual level, but then there are many things which actually happen or which actually help the organism to survive and to flourish and are happening at the population level. So वो ऐसे एक इंडिविजुअल के साथ नहीं होगा, but पूरे population के साथ हो सकता है. Okay, and it actually affect the uh, like a particular characters, like it is very dynamic thing. Okay, population is dynamic. There are multiple things happening at the same time. They can show many modification, many different properties. So it is very dynamic. It can be a kind of things which will be useful, very useful for studying the genetics and the evolution as well. So this is actually kind of a link for the ecological study, and an important factor or area in a field of ecology. Okay, so uh, as we know, even if the individual is having its own properties or even its own ways to survive and all, the population also has some attributes जो उसके खुद के रहते हैं. Okay, and this which are actually different from that of the individual organism. So even though many individuals come together to form a population, there are some phenomena, some properties which are different for an individual person and a population. Okay. So what are these characteristics basically? What are the basic properties or characteristics shown by the population? So it can be there are many such properties, but two main physical properties are the size and the density. Okay, so I can say size of the population and density of the population. Again, the one mark question: what are the physical properties of the characteristics of the population? So it is a size and density. Okay, so now what is the size? Size basically tells me the number of individuals in a particular population. कितने लोग present होंगे? That is the size of a population. So I can say, okay, a population can include 50 individuals, it can include a 5,000 individuals, it can include 10 individuals. So it can be as low as 10 or it can be as big as like anything. So that is a size. And the another case is a density. वहाँ पे हम लोग क्या discuss करते हैं? Actually tells us the number of individuals which are present in a present per unit space in a given time. So in a particular area, कितने individuals present है for a particular time. That will give me an example of that will give me about the information about the population density. It is more convenient way to study population by using the density because it actually tells me how densely the particular area, like how dense the particular area is, कि यहाँ पे कितने type of organisms हैं, वो लोग कैसे रह रहे हैं and all. So this gives me much more detailed information about the population. Okay, so size and density are important characteristics. Apart from this, there are multiple other properties also, which includes natality. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. So what is natality? Natality is something like the birth rate. मतलब in a particular population, कितने birth हो रहे हैं in a particular time. Okay, कितने बच्चे पैदा हो रहे हैं in a particular time. That gives me the information about the natality. Okay. Then comes the mortality. What do I mean by mortality? It is something opposite to the natality. तो अगर नेटेलिटी में मैं बात कर रहा हूँ अबाउट कितने लोग मर रहे सॉरी कितने लोग पैदा हो रहे हैं कितने बच्चे पैदा हो रहे हैं इन मोर्टेलिटी आई टॉक अबाउट हाउ मेनी इंडिविजुअल्स आर एक्चुअली लूजिंग देयर लाइफ कितने लोग मर रहे हैं हाउ मेनी आर डाइंग इन अ पर्टिकुलर टाइम दैट गिव्स मी द इंफॉर्मेशन अबाउट द mortality. Okay, so don't get confused between the terms natality and the mortality. Natality is for birth rate, mortality is for the death rate. Okay, yeah, in doubt. Okay, then comes the next factor called as immigration and emigration. Okay, so this is again some confusing words, I know, but don't get confused. Like, please try to be very clear because they are important. So immigration, the starting from I wala immigration tells me when some individuals are coming or to the population, so वो add up हो रहे हैं. So someone is coming from a particular habitat to the new habitat is called as immigration. Okay, so these are kind of माइग्रेशन का टाइप्स यू कैन सी. तो इमिग्रेशन मतलब कोई जो पॉपुलेशन में आ रहा है एंड इमिग्रेशन मतलब अ ग्रुप ऑफ इंडिविजुअल्स आर लिविंग द पॉपुलेशन सो दे आर एग्जिटिंग एस्केपिंग सो दैट्स व्हाई द वर्ड ई. ओके, सो दैट्स हाउ एक्चुअली आई कीप इन माइंड ई मतलब एस्केप. सो दैट्स मीन कि द पॉपुलेशन का साइज कम होगा व्हेनेवर देयर इज अ इमिग्रेशन. ओके, सो इमिग्रेशन मतलब कोई अंदर आ रहा है, इमिग्रेशन मतलब दे आर लिविंग द पॉपुलेशन. Then there is the age pyramids, मतलब we actually study the population in a particular diagrammatic form. तो I will see कि कितने लोग below 14 है, कितने लोग typical 14 to 45 के एज में है, कितने लोग बूढ़े हैं, kind of thing. So it will give me the idea about the how the population is actually influencing the different factors. So कैसे वो health को affect करता है, कैसे वो economy को affect करता है. All these things will be studied from this age pyramid. I think this term तुम लोगों ने बहुत सुना रहेगा about the age pyramid. So the best example I think if I want to give you now is about the कोरोना. तो तुम लोगों ने देखा रहेगा every channel was अभी नहीं दिखा रहे because अभी we are also equally affected by the corona. So but then during the beginning time like in March, April, May at that time every day TV पे इटली का दिखाते थे. Italy is the most affected state nation and all. So why do you think why Italy was the most affected nation? Anyone? Why Italy was the most affected nation? There are multiple reasons, but I want you all to answer me in terms of the age pyramid or with respect of age factor.
सर क्योंकि उनके पॉपुलेशन में बूढ़े लोग और छोटे छोटे बच्चे बहुत ज़्यादा थे जिनका इम्यूनिटी कम है तो इसलिए शायद.
Yes. That is the correct reason. कि उनके population में there was a good amount or a good proportion of the population is like the post-reproductive group. Now I will explain you what is a pre-reproductive group, what is a reproductive group, and what is a post-reproductive group. Okay. Sorry. But then in case of Italy or many developed countries because maybe जिनका population is under control, they have this kind of pattern कि उनके पास एक control रहता है, but then they have such a kind of lifestyle or a pattern that कि उनका they are see in India I think 70-80 has become a normal new normal now कि मतलब बंदा इतना भी जी लिया तभी बड़ी बात हो चुकी है अभी. Like there was a time that India में people used to live for a long like 100 and 120 kind of years, but now I think the scenario has changed a lot. But if you go for the countries like this, it is very common for them to get like to survive for such a long period, 200 years, 90 years, 95 years and more. So that is one reason कि उन लोग का because even though they can survive for a long time, but as she clearly mentioned, कि उनका immune system is not that strong, which is correct thing, and that's why they are more susceptible or we can say more vulnerable to this particular coronavirus. Okay, so that is the one reason. So we will study this kind of thing again in a age pyramid part in the next part. Okay. Then there are different types of population. So it can be expanding population, it can be constriction population, it can be stationary population and all. So that also I will explain you exactly what does it mean. Then comes population growth forms कि वो कैसे grow रहा है, and then उसका biotic potential कि वो लोग कैसे interact करते हैं, कैसे जीते हैं, क्या खाते हैं, क्या पीते हैं, kind of thing. Okay. So when I say natality and the mortality, so whatever properties I just mentioned, like immigration, natality, mortality, all of these are like characters of the population, not an individual. So if I go to you, if I want to give you a normal example बताना चाहूँगा तो कैसे बताऊँगा कि individual can have just birth or a death, because एक बंदा okay वो मर गया और एक पैदा हो गया. But a population actually gives me the information about the birth rate and the death rate. मतलब वो क्या बोलते हैं कि एक साल में कितने लोग जिंदा कितने लोग पैदा हुए हैं, एक साल में कितने लोग मर गए, that kind of information. And that's what we call as the natality and the mortality. Okay. I think the term mortality तुम लोगों ने already सुना रहेगा in terms of corona, that the mortality rate of the corona is not that high. In some cases it is very high. So these all things we will discuss in the next class again. We will talk in detail about the natality and mortality, and then we will discuss about the age pyramid as well.